student, today we are going to study NCERT History Class 7th Chapter 1 Tracing the Changes Through a Thousand Years. Now, in the previous classes, you have read about history, that is the ancient history. Like in 6th standard, you read about the ancient history, but in 7th, you will learn about the medieval history, and in the higher classes, like in 8th standard, you will learn about the modern history. We have divided the history in three periods, where in the 6th standard, you have learned the history about the ancient times till 700 AD, but in this class, you will read about the history of 1000 years, which starts from 700 AD to till 1700 AD. So like 1000 year of history you are studying in this. Like if you recall of the previous class, what you have read about how, when and where the history we are going to study, like what kind of evidence we get and what kind of history we come to know about that particular object. Like we read about the number of kingdom, just like Harshvardhana, then Chandragupta Maurya, Ashoka, Gupta. Like there are so many dynasties we have read, so many kingdoms we have read in the previous class. We have read about the different religions, like if we talk about the Buddha, if we talk about the Jainism, if we talk about the other various kind of, you can say, a caste and the subcaste. We read about, like in the previous classes, like we read about the Harappan civilization, how the history has made, like what kind of objects we get, and how the people used to accumulate by this thing. Like in the previous classes, you learned numerous of things, like the earlier the people were the animals, then after that it become the hunter gatherers, how they started doing or growing the agriculture. After that started the human settlement. So there are the numerous of things which they did. Now in this class you will learn about only the medieval, and in the mid period of the history you will come to know what the history was all about. In this class, what you have read in the previous class, that in the sixth standard what you have learned, what you have learned, that the first chapter is they tell you about how we have to study the history, and in this whole book how we have divided the history. So like in this class also, the first chapter is like what kind of career we have divided, what are we are going to study in this class. So like the chapter name is tracing changes through a thousand years, means the chapter itself says that like we are going to study or tracing the things which we are going to tell us about the thousand years. Like if it starts from the first page, this give you the map. Like the earlier people used to make the map of, like they used to make a map on, you can say, the stone, or you can say on the bark leaf, because earlier times there was not a paper, so they used to make the map on a particular stone. So the cartographer, who are the cartographers? Cartographers are who used to make a map, that is called the cartographers. So like in this chapter we are going to learn numerous of things. This is the first part of this video of this chapter, where you can learn numerous of the things, how the history is made, and what kind we are going to study in the medieval history. Like you can see in the first page they give you this map, and on the next page they will give you the India map. Like if you talk about the instance of this, that the map one, what is written over there, a section of world map drawn by the geographer, a geographer Al-Idris in the 20th century, showing the Indian subcontinent, where he shows the India, and upper part he made the Sri Lanka, but in actual, or we can say the present day, Sri Lanka is the below side of the southern part of the India. But here, what he did, he made the Sri Lanka above the India. So like they don't have the idea, because of their imagination, or you can say because they used to travel, they come to know that what kind of particular thing they have. So in this chapter, we are going to learn the numerous of ways, like how the earlier people used to make the map, then after the how they start making the map on the bark leaves, then how they started using the aluminium utensils, because earlier they were using the gold and silver utensils. Then you will come to know how they start using the caste, then they divided into the subcaste. Then you will come to know about the Mohammedan, or you can say how the Islam used to come in India, then how they divided in the subcaste. All these points you will going to learn in this chapter. So like in today's part, what we have to cover is the cartographer, new and old terminology, historians and their sources, new social and political groups. So these points we are going to cover in this chapter. I will go line by line because you face difficulty. You thought that the history is the boring subject, but I will make it interesting for you. Like history is not a boring subject. You will take interest in this. So let's start. Like the first is suggests that the was made in the 1154 CE by the Arab geographer that is Al-Idris. The section reproduced here is the detail the Indian subcontinent from his large map of the world because like Idris, what he's trying to make is he make a detailed map of India. यानी अगर हम वर्ल्ड मैप में जब देखते हैं तो हमारा इंडिया एक छोटा सा दिखता है पर ये जो जोग्राफर था या अल इद्रिस था इसने इंडिया का डिटेल मैप बनाने की कोशिश की थी जो कि वो करेक्ट तो नहीं था बट ही ट्राई टू मेक इट एंड मैप 2 was made in 720 by the French cartographer और ये जो बैक साइड मैप है ये किसी फ्रेंच कार्टोग्राफर मतलब इन द starting of the lecture which has told you that cartographer means who used to make or do the map who used to make the map that is called the cartographer यानी जो मैप को बनाता है उसके जो डिटेल व्यूज देता है that is called the cartographer यानी जो पहला हमारा मैप बना था 1154 सीई उसके बाद जो डिटेल मैप बना वो कब बना इन 1720 में by the French cartographer the people who used to belong from the French. Now there are two maps are quite different even though they are the same area. Both the maps are different which I already explained you like this one was made up on the stone other was made up on the bark leaf like in this map he used to make Sri Lanka at the above side but actually the Sri Lanka is the bottom part or you can say the downside part of the India like first is the southern part of India then the downside towards that there is a Sri Lanka. We had shown over there that now, in actual terms, like the Sri Lanka is the southern part of the India, not the upper part of the India. So you can make the difference. The earlier people, by their imagination or by the traveling purpose, they see that what we have to make and what we do not have to make. So, like in this, um South India is where we would expect to find the North India. Sri Lanka is the island at the top. Place name were marked in Arabic. Like in this map, the marked the name with the Arabic language. Arabic language which you can see in the Gulf countries or you can say in the Quran as well. Now, if we talk about this subcontinent, the second one, it was the century Altas Nouveau of Goulian de Isle. I am reading in the French. This is made by the French, which is written over here. His name that he made this map, the detailed map of the India. Now, there are some well-known names like Kannauj. Then we have Uttar Pradesh spelled in the map is Kannauj. Like they can write, sometimes they write the K, sometimes they write Q. Was made nearly 600 years after the one. Like the first one is made when 1154 and the second one is made 1720. Like after almost 600 years, we get the correct map of the India, during which the time information about the subcontinent had changed considerably because the people used to come to know what the correct map at that time was. The maps seems were more familiar to us and the coastal areas particularly are surprisingly in detail. And the number of the things we used to come in detail and the continental areas or you can say the oceans we come to know in detail like what kind of coast we have. The maps are used in European sailors and the merchant on their voyage. It means जो यूरोप से यहाँ पे ट्रैवल करने के लिए बिजनेस करने के लिए आता है वो ये मैप उनको बहुत ज्यादा हेल्प करता था हाउ दे हैव टू कम फ्रॉम द यूरोप बाय द सी रूट इन द इंडिया यानी वो जब यूरोप से इंडिया में आते थे सी रूट से तो उनको ये हेल्प करता था कि आपको किस तरह से इंडिया में आना है. It used to utmost their help to the European people because earlier times the Europe was united. It's not like apart like in the present time where there is a France, where there is a Spain, where there is a Britain, where there is you can say the Portugal, whether you can say the Netherlands. These are the countries which are like nowadays is divided, but earlier the Europe was the united, so it used to consider as a one country. Now we talk about the equal important in the fact that the signs of the cartograph are different in two periods. Like both the cartographers are there, but there are different mindset and different period. Means हमने यहाँ पे दो कार्टोग्राफर को देखा, एक अरेबिक को देखा, एक फ्रेंच कार्टोग्राफर को देखा. दोनों की थिंकिंग में, दोनों की इमेजिनेशन में क्या था, डिफरेंस था. Now, when the historian read the documents, map and text from the past, they have to be sensitive to the different historical background. मीन को जब ये डॉक्यूमेंट्स को रीड करते हैं, मैप्स को बनाते हैं, जब ये लोग टेक्स्ट बुक लिखते हैं तो उनके डिफरेंट माइंडसेट होता है, इनके डिफरेंट कंट्रीज होती है, तो ये उसके हिसाब से अपनी सारी चीजें बनाते हैं. Background in which the information about the past was produced. Now we come to the second topic of this chapter, that is new and old terminology. Means where in the ancient history we have learned about the all the old terminologies. In this in the medieval history also we learn about the old terminology, but how the time changes, how the people use the new terminology, we are going to read in this chapter. Like in the contents, in the with the information is produced, change the time, what language and the meaning. Historical records exist in the variety of language which have changed considerably over the years. Means after that year after year the history is used to change. यानी जैसे जैसे साल बदलते गए हिस्ट्री क्या होती गई, चेंज होती गई. क्यों चेंज होती गई? बिकॉज हमें डिटेल इंफॉर्मेशन मिलती रही, फिर उसके बाद उसमें हमने चेंज किया. क्योंकि ये तो नहीं कि हमने एक बार चीज लिख दी वो परमानेंटली वही रह गया. जब हमारे लाइक इमेजिनेशन, हमारे थॉट्स, हमारे ड्रीम्स चेंज होते हैं तब उसको हम क्या करते हैं, चेंजेस करते रहते हैं. जो हमें प्रूफ मिलते हैं, जो हमें एविडेंस मिलते हैं, उसको ऐड करके फिर उसको हम बाद में क्या करते जाते हैं, चेंज करते जाते हैं. Then the historical records exist in the variety of language which have changed considerably over the years. Medieval Persian, for example, is different from the modern Persian. यानी जो मिडाइवल टाइम में जो पर्शिया था उसी से पर्शियन लैंग्वेज आती है, वो आज के टाइम में मॉडर्न वर्ल्ड में काफी हद तक अलग है. यानी इन द ओल्डर टाइम्स इट इज utmost different. Now in the modern world it is utmost different. If we talk about our India also, like in the ancient times totally different, but if you will see in the contemporary it is totally different. The difference is not just with the regard to the grammar of vocabulary, the meaning of word is also changed over time. Yes, it is utmost fact. According to the time changes, the grammar and the vocabulary is also changes according to the time frame. I am giving the example is that यानी जब पहले के टाइम में कोई वर्ड यूज करते हैं फिर उसके टाइम टू टाइम फिर वो वर्ड चेंज होता रहता है. द मीनिंग्स भी लाइक द मीनिंग्स आर आल्सो चेंज आफ्टर द टाइम टू टाइम. लाइक फॉर दिस द सेकंड पैराग्राफ, टेक द टर्म हिंदुस्तान. अगर हम अपने इंडिया की बात करें तो पहले इसको हिंदुस्तान कहा जाता था, फिर भारत कहा जाने लगा. अगर आज हम कंटेम्प्रेरी वर्ल्ड की बात करें, मॉडर्न वर्ल्ड की बात करें तो हम इसको आज क्या बोलते हैं, इंडिया. तो हमने देखा कि किस तरह से हमारे देश का भी टाइम टू टाइम इसका नाम बदलता रहा और इसके मीनिंग भी बदलते रहे. यानी तो आप इसमें आप डिटेल में देखोगे कि पहले क्यों इसको हिंदुस्तान कहा जाता था, कहाँ से वर्ड हिंदोज आया, वो सारी चीजें हम इसमें डिटेल में देखेंगे. जैसे कि take a term Hindustan, for example, today we understand it as a India, the modern nation state, but the term was used in 13th century by Minhaj ए सिराज. यानी हिंदुस्तान वर्ड सबसे पहले किसने यूज किया था, मिनहाज ए सिराज, अ क्रॉनिकल हु रोट इन पर्शियन. वो किस में लिखता था, पर्शियन में लिखता था. ही मेंट द एरियाज ऑफ पंजाब. वो तब क्या सोचता था, जो हिंदुस्तान है, जो पंजाब का आज का एरिया वो क्या है, हिंदुस्तान है. हरियाणा एंड द लैंड्स बिटवीन द गंगा एंड द यमुना. यानी जो आज प्रेजेंट डे में हमारा पंजाब है, हरियाणा है और जहां जहां गंगा बहती है, तो मिराज सिराज क्या सोचता था, वो क्या है, हिंदुस्तान है. He used the term a political sense of the land that were a part of dominions of Delhi Sultanate. इसको क्या माना जाता, पार्ट ऑफ दिल्ली सल्तनत को माना जाता था. The area include in the terms shifted with the extent of the sultanate, but the term never include in South India. यानी ये दिल्ली सल्तनत को भी इसने इंक्लूड किया, बट इन्होंने कभी सदर्न इंडिया यानी जो हमारा आज का साउथ इंडिया है उसको कभी इंक्लूड नहीं किया. यानी हम अगर इस हिस्ट्री के पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू देखें तो ये समझ सकते हैं कि इन्होंने सिर्फ जहां जहां गंगा बहती थी, यानी जहां जहां पे गंगा इज यूज where ever there is a Ganga river, they thought that that is only the country India. यानी जहां जहां गंगा थी वो ये सोचते थे कि ये क्या है, इंडिया है. जहाँ पे यमुना थी उसको भी क्या सोचते थे कि यही इंडिया है. आप सब देख सकते हो नॉर्थ इंडिया में देयर इज अ गंगा रिवर, एंड इफ यू सी इन दी Ganga and the Yamuna, both the river in the northern part of the India. Now we go further. By the contrast, in early 16th century, Babur use Hindustan to describe the geography, the fauna and the culture of the inhabitants of this continent. बहादुर शाह जब बाबर आए, सॉरी नॉट बहादुर शाह जफर, जब बाबर आया था अफगानिस्तान से इंडिया में, तो उसने इंडिया के कल्चर के बारे में, इंडिया के ट्रेडिशन के बारे में, उसके फ्लोरा के बारे में भी उसने बहुत ज्यादा एक्सप्लेन किया था. एज we will see later in this chapter, बहुत सारी चीजें हम इस चैप्टर में देखेंगे. this was somewhat similar to the way the 14th century, पहले हमने पढ़ा 13th century, अब इसके बाद आता है 14th century, जिसमें आमिर खुसरो used the word Hind, while the idea of a geographical and the cultural entity like India did exist. The term Hindustan did not carry the political and the national meaning which we associate with today. यानी पहले के टाइम में इसको अमीर खुसरो क्या बोलते थे, हिंद. फिर इसको बाद में हिंदुस्तान कहा जाने लगा, बट इसका कोई पॉलिटिकल यानी राजनीतिक या कोई नेशनल मीनिंग उस टाइम में नहीं था. द पीपल हु यूज्ड टू लिव इन अरब और यू कैन से इन द गल्फ कंट्रीज, what they consider India as a Hind. Some people used to say it as a Hindustan, but there is not a political meaning, or you can say the national meaning at that time. Now today we have. So what is the meaning of India? What is the meaning of Bharat? And what is the meaning of Hindustan? So you can think of that like earlier there were the no meanings. Nowadays we have the meaning what the country is exists and what is the political meaning and what is the national meaning. Now come towards the another paragraph. Historians today have to be careful about the terms they used to become they mean the different thing in the past. Take a for example a simple term like foreigner. Yes, like in the contemporary world, or you can say the contemporary or the modern world, the foreigner today which we means the people who come from the foreign country or the outside the country we used to consider as the foreigner. But in the medieval history, or you can say the ancient about, the people thought that the people who used to come from the nearby village or nearby the state or nearby the city, they used to consider as them as a foreigner. Means आज के मॉडर्न वर्ल्ड में हम फॉरेन वर्ड को फॉरेनर ये समझते हैं जो इंसान फॉरेन कंट्री यानी जो विदेश से आया हो हम उसको फॉरेन मानते हैं. बट इस मिडाइवल हिस्ट्री में पहले के टाइम में लोग क्या सोचते थे, जो पास के गांव से आया है, पास के किसी स्टेट से आया है या पास के किसी सिटी से आया है, उसको वो फॉरेनर कंसीडर करते थे. तो इसमें वो सारी चीज डिटेल में दी गई है. दैट द अ सिंपल टर्म फॉरेनर इज यूज्ड टुडे इन मीन समवन हु इज नॉट एन इंडियन. इन medieval period, foreign was the stranger who appeared, say, in a given village somehow, who was not a part of the society and culture. In Hindi, the term Pardesi might be used to discuss a person in the Persian or the Ajnabi. जैसे कि हम अपने हिंदी में फॉरेनर को परदेसी बोलते हैं, ऐसे पर्शियन लैंग्वेज में इसको अजनबी भी कहा जाता है. हम अजनबी भी वर्ड भी यूज कर सकते हैं विद द वर्ड विच इज यूज टू कम फ्रॉम द पर्शियन लैंग्वेज. Now, a city dweller therefore might have regarded a forest dweller as a foreigner. Yes, but somehow the people used to come from the forest, they used to consider them as a foreigner as well. But two peasants living in the same village were not a foreigner to each other, even though they may have had a different religious or the caste background. Historians and their sources. Now we come towards the third topic of this chapter. Historians use the different types of source to learn about the past depending upon the period of the study and the nature of the investigation. Last year, for example, you read about the rulers of Gupta dynasty, which we earlier discussed in this session only, that and the Harshvardhana. This book was read about the following thousands of years from roughly 700 to 700, which I already explained in the starting of the video, that in this textbook we read about the 1000-year-old history from 700 to till 1700, or you can say till 1750. In this book we are going to study till 1000 years of the history. In the previous part which you have read about the different kingdoms, in this textbook which is mentioned about the Harshvardhana, that what the Harshvardhana kingdom is, what kind of work he is doing, what he has to do and what he has not to do. Now the next paragraph you will notice some continuity in the source used by the historians for the study of this period. They still rely on coins, inscription, architecture, textual records for their information, but there is also a considerable discontinuity. The number of variety of textual records increased dramatically. During this period, the story displays other types of available information. Through this period, paper gradually become a cheaper and more. Now, all you have the idea how the archaeologists found different kinds of things, just like they used to find coins, how they used to find, you can say, the architecture, the inscription, the textual record, the information. On the basis of that, we come to know what the history is. Like we in the previous classes, we read about the manuscript or the inscription. The manuscript is which is written by the hand on the bark leaf, or the any of the trees, which is written by the hand. If we talk about the inscription, what the inscription is, which is written on the metal or on the wood, that is called the inscription. On the basis of that, the historians, or you can say the archaeologists or the scientists, come to know that the particular thing is how much old, what the history behind it, and what we come to know regarding this, what the perspective of this particular object, what kind of kingdom they have, and what are the other things there are. Like earlier, the people were not using the paper, but slowly and gradually, when the time passes, the paper demanding is more. If we talk about in today's era, are we using that much of paper? No. Now, the paper demand in today's time is that's because now in this digital era, we are using the technologies in which we do not have to waste the paper. We can use the technology. By that, we can write and learn by the only just typing in the laptops, in the mobiles, or in the, you can say, in the graphical way. We do not have to waste the paper. So earlier times there were the people are like the demanding of the paper as that much high. यानी कि पहले के टाइम में जो हम लोग हिस्ट्री को जानते थे, समझते थे कैसे कॉइन्स के थ्रू, जो टेक्स्ट मिला उसके थ्रू, इंस्क्रिप्शन मिला उसके थ्रू, जो हमें इन्फॉर्मेशन उसके थ्रू हमें सारी चीजें मिलती थी पहले के टाइम में। फिर धीमे धीमे करके, पहले तो लोग पेपर यूज नहीं करते कि वो बार्क लीव यूज करते थे, स्टोन पे लिख के यूज करते, या फिर मेटल पे वो लोग लिखते थे या इंस्क्राइब करते थे, उससे वो सारे हिस्ट्री के बारे में जानते थे। बट स्लोली एंड ग्रेजुअली पेपर का डिमांड बहुत ज्यादा स्टार्ट हुआ, और फिर अगर हम जब डिजिटल एरा में देखें तो हमें किसी भी तरह के पेपर की डिमांड है, बट नॉट दैट मच जो पहले प्रीवियस टाइम में या हिस्ट्री टाइम में होता था। दिस इज मीन ऑलरेडी रिटर्न ओवर देयर द वैरायटी ऑफ टेक्सचुअल रिकॉर्ड इंक्रीज, यानी काफी सारे लोगों ने धीमे धीमे करके जब उन्होंने लिखना स्टार्ट किया तो टेक्सचर रिकॉर्ड ज़्यादा बढ़ने लग गया, जिससे पेपर की डिमांड ज़्यादा स्टार्ट हो गई। अब इसमें दिया गया है इन दिस द वैल्यू ऑफ पेपर, which is the important part of this chapter as well. The middle of the 13th century, a scholar wanted a copy of book, but he did not have the enough paper. She was the writing of the manuscript. He did not want to write the paper and used it. तो इसमें किसी इंपॉर्टेंट बात है कि एक स्कॉलर था जो एक बुक की कॉपी बनाना चाहता था, पर उसके पास इनफ पेपर नहीं था। उसने क्या किया, जो मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट था पहले उसको लिखा, फिर उसको राइटिंग ऑफ द मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट, ही डिड नॉट वांट टू राइट द पेपर एंड यूज इट। उसको क्या करता था कि उसको वॉश कर देता था, सूखने भी नहीं देता था, और फिर वो लिख देता था। A century later, if you bought some food in the market, you could be lucky to have the shopkeeper wrap it for you in some paper. Yes, we are very much lucky. Like after some years, if you go to buy any of the product in the market, you will wrap it up with the paper. Earlier, there was no paper. They used to give it in an open form, और वो open ही देते थे। आज के टाइम में हम लकी हैं कि हम शॉप पे जाते हैं, जो भी कोई खाने की चीज लेते हैं वो हमें पेपर में रैप करके दे देते हैं। Now come towards the next on the page number 5. The people use it to write the holy text. The people used to write in holy text. Chronicles of the rulers. Chronicle of the rulers is the first which ruler used to come, second which ruler used to come, third which ruler used to come. Then letter, the teaching of saints, petition, judicial record for the registers of the accounts and the taxes. Manuscript were collected by the wealthy people. Manuscript कौन कलेक्ट करता था? Wealthy people कलेक्ट करते थे. Rulers, monasteries. If you think what the monasteries which the Buddha temple, or you can say the Jain temple, we used to consider them as the monasteries, and the temples, they were the place in the library and the archives. Are you asking what the archive is? There is a written over there, a place where the documents and the manuscripts are stored. यानी एक ऐसी जगह जहाँ पे डॉक्यूमेंट और मैन्यूस्क्रिप्ट को स्टोर किया जाता है। जैसे कि हमारी लाइब्रेरी होती है जिसमें हम बुक को स्टोर करते हैं, ऐसे आर्काइव्स में हम लोग क्या करते हैं, जिसमें हम लोग अपने पुराने डॉक्यूमेंट्स और जो मैन्यूस्क्रिप्ट जो हिस्टोरियंस ने ढूंढे हैं, हम उसको क्या करते हैं, एक उसका रिकॉर्ड। Today all the national, the state government have the archives where they keep all the old official records and the transaction. यानी आज की जो हमारी गवर्नमेंट है वो जितने भी पुराने रिकॉर्ड्स हैं, जितने पुराने मैन्यूस्क्रिप्ट हैं, वो सबको संभाल के रखते हैं। लाइक किसी हिस्टोरियंस को या कोई स्टूडेंट जो रिसर्च कर रहा है या किसी को इन्फॉर्मेशन चाहिए हो, तो इस टेक्सचुअल को रेफर करके वो अपने रिसर्च में भी यूज कर सकते हैं। एंड नाउ कम टू द नेक्स्ट, There was no printing press in those days, so scribe copied. Yes, there were no printing press at those days. पहले के टाइम में कोई printing press नहीं होती जो आज के टाइम में है. At that time, the people used what they used to do is the manuscript and the inscription. If you have ever copied the friend's homework, you would know that this is not a simple exercise. Yes, you have the idea. If you copied from someone other's notebook, so you have to idea how much hard work you have to do. यानी जब आप अपने किसी फ्रेंड की नोटबुक में से जब कॉपी डाउन अपना होमवर्क करते हैं, कोई भी आपका स्टडी का सेशन छूट जाता है, तो आपको पता है क्या होमवर्क लिखने में कितने हाथ दुखते हैं. तो आपको पता होगा कि earlier the people how they used to copy it and how much time they used to it used to take and how much time it waste. Uh, As a result, there are the small but the significant difference in your copy of your friend's book. पर ये कुछ थोड़ा सा डिफरेंस है. आपके लिए बहुत इजी है कि अपने फ्रेंड की नोटबुक में से अपने नोटबुक में होमवर्क करना. पर पहले के टाइम में जो लोग थे, एक पूरी बुक लिख दी, फिर उस पूरी बुक को सेकेंड टाइम दोबारा कॉपी करना, फिर उसी कॉपी की अगर और भी कॉपीज बनानी, मान लो इफ दे वांट टू मेक द 100 कॉपीज, तो 100 कॉपीज में उनको सारी चीजें लिखना है. तो सोचो पहले के टाइम में लोग वह कितने मेहनत करते थे. थिंक अबाउट इट, द अर्लियर पीपल इफ दे वांट टू राइट द 100 बुक्स एंड दे हैव टू राइट इट अगेन एंड अगेन बिकॉज अर्लियर टाइम्स देयर वर नो printing press. So there are the like significant, you can say, slight difference in which we can say that like earlier the people used to do so much of hard work, not in this contemporary era that like we are thinking of that we are doing so much of hard. Yes, we are doing, but not like them. There is this, like you can say, not a slight difference. I'm saying the vast difference between among us. Like they were doing lots of hard work. In today's our life is easy because we are using number of technologies. They also introduced the small changes, a word here, a sentence there. Small difference grew over the centuries of copying until the manuscript. You can see over here, if someone is writing on this manuscript, which is written over there, a painting of a scribe making a copy of a manuscript. He is making the copy of a manuscript. This painting is only 10.5 centimeter by 1.1 centimeter in size because its size is called a miniature. Because its size is called a miniature. So you can see in the downside, this is a big book and this one is a small book. So like it's a copy. In the simple English, you can say the copy. If you want to say it in a perfect English, we used to call it as a miniature. Painting are sometimes used to illustrate text of manuscript. They were so beautiful that the later collectors often took the manuscript apart and sold just the miniature. Means they used to keep that book with them and they used to sell that miniature to the everyone, those who want their book. Now come to the next, the page number 6. You can say this was written in the Arabic language. You can see over here, it is written in Arabic language. Different kinds of handwriting could make the reading of Persian Arabic difficult. The Nastaliq style on the left is cursive and the easy to read. Sukhita on the right is the denser and more difficult. You can see how like if this one you can read easily, those who know the Arabic, and in this one is like slightly complex because it's written in the small handwriting. Some texts become subsequently different from one another. This is a serious problem because we rarely find the original manuscript of the authors today because the manuscript was eaten by the insects. Somewhere where we find it burnt, somewhere we find only the piece of paper. So the historian felt difficult to what the things are written in that particular manuscript. So these are the things which they thought that this is not a good. We are totally dependent upon the copies made by the latest scribes. Like we are dependent on the copies which made by the different historians when they use, not a historian, you can say the different scholars or maybe you can say the any other person when they used to copy it. यहाँ पे मतलब क्या है, यानी कि जो पहले के मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट होते थे वो बचते नहीं थे, उसको कीड़े खा जाते थे, वो कभी फट जाते थे, जल जाते थे. तो जैसे वो इंसान मर गया हो तो जो लाइक उसके स्टूडेंट्स हो या फिर कोई हिस्टोरियन हो या फिर कोई स्कॉलर हो तो क्या करता था, उस बुक की कॉपी रखता था. फिर वही कॉपी फिर ऐसे कॉपी होती रही, तब कहीं जाके आज हमें वो कुछ कह सकते हैं हमें एविडेंस मिले हैं मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट के जिससे हम अपने हिस्ट्री को प्रिजर्व कर पाए और जान पाए हैं. We are totally dependent on the copies made by the latest scribe. As a result, historians have to read the different manuscript version of the same text of guess what the author had originally written. यानी आज हमें बहुत सारी चीजें मिल पाती है, बट वो पूरी तरह से नहीं मिल पाती, बिकॉज ओरिजिनली उसने क्या लिखा होता है, फिर वो मैंने आपको जैसे बताया, इट्स ईटन बाय दी इंसेक्ट, इट लाइक समवेयर इट्स बर्न्ड, और वो कभी फटा हुआ मिल जाता है, तो हम लोग उसको कह सकते हैं किसी की इमेजिनेशन, किसी के थॉट, किसी के ड्रीम्स, उसको लाइक मोल्ड करके फिर उसको लिखा जाता था, फिर हम उसको पढ़ पाते थे। ऑन द ओकेजन ऑफ अदर रिवाइज्ड देयर क्रोनोलॉजिकल एट द डिफरेंट टाइम्स, जो मैंने अभी एक्सप्लेन किया, उसको चेंज करके फिर करते थे, फिर हम उसको पढ़ पाते थे। अब हमने 13th सेंचुरी की बात करें, 14th की, 14 क्रोनोकॉली यानी क्रोनोकॉली इन द सेंस जो हम राजा होते हैं, लाइक फर्स्ट यूज टू कम, सेकंड यूज टू कम, इसमें आता है जयोदेव रानी रोड द क्रॉनिकल फर्स्ट इन 1356, उसने 1356 में लिखी, एंड द अनदर वर्जन ऑफ 2 years लेटर, फिर उसके बाद उसने दूसरा वर्जन लिखा 2 साल बाद, एंड टू डिफर फ्रॉम ईच अदर, वो दोनों चीज क्या थी, अलग थी, बट हिस्टोरियन डिड नॉट नो अबाउट द एग्जिस्टेंस ऑफ द फर्स्ट वर्जन अंटिल द 1916, बट जो हिस्टोरियंस को मिला था, पहले सेकंड वर्जन मिला था, यानी उसकी सेकंड बुक मिली थी, बट 1960 यानी कि हम कह सकते हैं अभी कुछ सालों पहले उनको पता चला कि हाँ उसने एक फर्स्ट बुक भी लिखी थी, क्योंकि जब आर्कोलॉजिस्ट ने डगअप किया होगा लैंड को, जब उनको ये मैन्यूस्क्रिप्ट वगैरह मिली होगी, तो उनको पता चला होगा कि ज़ियाउद्दीन बरानी ने फर्स्ट बुक भी लिखी थी। सो इट रिमेन लॉस्ट इन द लार्ज लाइब्रेरी कलेक्शन, और आज वो किसी लार्ज लाइब्रेरी कलेक्शन में क्या हो गई है, लॉस्ट हो गए। So in this first part of the video, what we have covered it, the cartographer, like in this class, which history we are going to study, what topics we have covered, like 3 topics we have covered: the cartographer, new and the old terminology, historians, and their sources. Now in the next video, we will cover the other points of this chapter. Thank you.